If you have any doubts or regarding this whole exam, regarding the 100 marks, you may approach, you may ask them. Sorry, ready to explain, ready to clarify that. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Wish you all the best.
Okay, am I audible to you all now?
Naresh garu, carry on, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So yesterday we happened to cover up to question number 32, right? So we are left with question number 33 and 34. So question number 33 is phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs. Right. So, for example, take is a verb, right? Take is a verb. Everybody knows that. Then what is a phrasal verb? So phrasal verb is nothing but a phrase which is a verb. So you all know that phrase is a combination of two or more than two words. So anything which is a combination of two or more than two words is called a phrase. As such, a verb which has two or more than two words is called a phrasal verb, which is well known to all of you, right? So I don't want to get into that again, but be very, very careful with phrasal verb because they are often deceptive because they don't mean what they look like. For example, we know what take is. Okay, so let us take one phrasal verb, take after. You know what take is, and you know what after is. Okay, but take after is not a combination of the meanings of these two words put together, right? So take after means resemble, resemble, or what we can rather say, look like, look like, right? So as part of your exam, you have to write a sentence of your own. So you don't have to explain the meaning, but you have to put it in a sentence. Take after means resemble or look alike. For example, we can say Ramesh takes after his father. Ramesh takes after his father. What does it mean? It means he looks like his father. He resembles his father, right? So we resemble either like our father or mother. So the phrasal verb for resemble is take after, right? So we may get deceived by the feeling that take after maybe means something which is taking, right? But it has got nothing to do with either taking or after. Okay, so that is take after. So in the same manner, let us say give away, give away. So you know what give is, right? So give away is also something related to giving, but giving certain things on certain occasions is give away. Okay, give away means what we can rather say distribute or giving something when somebody wins something, just like you can say the chief guest gave away the prizes to the winners. So the chief guest okay. 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 Thank you, sir. Right. So you cannot simply say, you cannot simply say the chief guest gave the prizes. Chief guest giving the prizes is wrong because it is giving something to somebody on a special occasion, right? So that's why we say giving away, give away the prizes, right? So if you, because you see, this phrasal verbs topic is very important as far as scoring 100 out of 100 is concerned, because as has been stated already, it is quite misleading, and so I urge all of you to focus more on phrasal verbs and idiomatic expressions, right? So just for the sake of practice, let us have a look at some phrasal verbs. If you have workbooks, you can open your books at page number 531. 531. Open your workbooks at page number 531, and you have already practiced all these phrasal verbs, but just for the sake of being doubly sure, let us focus on some phrasal verbs which might be a little tricky, right? So let us see this phrasal verb number 12. So it's a little tricky. It is a little tricky as well as important, very important. Is make up for. Make up for. Okay. Make up for. If you have workbooks, you can look at phrasal verb number 12. Make up for means compensate for something. Something which is missing or lacking. Okay. So for example, let me tell you one example. Let us say I was supposed to be at office by 9 o'clock and I was supposed to leave the office by 5 o'clock in the evening, right? But yesterday I I was at office at 10 o'clock. I was late by 1 hour. So I was there at 10 o'clock, but I was supposed to leave at 5 o'clock. So in order to compensate for the time which the management had lost because of my being late, I decided to leave the office at 6 o'clock in the evening. Okay, so I was trying to compensate for the time which I did not do any work between 9 and 10, right? So I can say I decided to stay at the office till 6 p.m. to make up for the loss, as I was late by 1 hour. Okay, so it is a quite lengthy sentence. The whole idea the whole idea behind writing such a lengthy sentence is not to confuse you, but to make you understand what it means. Okay, so you can write your own sentence when you are fully aware of what it is. So please be careful with 12th phrasal verb, that is make up for, right? The next one is 14. Breakdown.
ఈ నెంబర్ చెప్పు.
7731
Breakdown.
84
Breakdown means
597.
an engine malfunctioning or stop functioning all of a sudden. That is breakdown, right? Fail to function or stop functioning suddenly.
చెప్పమ్మా.
Right? You can say
రా కిందరా. అలా వస్తుందా ఎలా అడిగేటి?
the engine of my car broke down and
ఏ షాట్ పంపరాకి?
Screenshot of
we had to be there all night. So the engine of my car broke down,
చెప్పురా.
failed to function or stop working or functioning suddenly is breakdown. The breakdown is something which is usually used with the functioning of engines. Right.
లక్ష్మి ఏంటి ఒకసారి? ఏంట్రా ఫోన్ పెట్టి కూర్చున్నాడు. సరే నేను మరి అరేంజ్ చేస్తున్నాను, నీకు చెప్తాను. చెప్తాను. గ్యాస్ కావాలరా, నాకు గ్యాస్ ఇచ్చి చూడండి, ఫోన్ స్విచ్ ఆఫ్ లో ఉంది అది.
Now let us see. Give up and give in.
అదే కన్నా అడిగా రేపు పొద్దున్నకి.
Give up and give in. So give up means to stop trying. Right? So giving means to surrender. To surrender. Right? So give up and give in. They look similar, they sound similar, but there is some difference as far as the meaning is concerned. Give up means to stop trying and give in means to surrender. For example, as far as the first one is concerned, we can say we should never give up when it comes to chasing our dreams, we should never give up, right? We should never stop trying. That is what give up means. Give it means to surrender. For example, we can say if you take the current geopolitical situation into account, Iran refuses to give in. Iran refuses to give in, right? So, despite many threats from the superpower America, Iran refuses to surrender. That is what we call give in, right? So, that is the slight difference between give up and give in. So, next one is account for. So we are focusing more on phrasal verbs and idiomatic expressions because these are the two areas where students are more likely to make mistakes, right? So don't take these two things for granted. Account for. Account for means to explain something. Or to justify something. For example, he failed to account for his prolonged absence. He failed to account for his prolonged absence. Means he failed to justify his prolonged absence, or he failed to give reasonable explanation why he had been absent for a very long time. Right? So that is account for. The next one is blow up. Blow up means explode. Blow up means explode, right? So once again, taking cue from the current geopolitical situation, we can say Iran threatens to blow up Iran threatens to blow up the Microsoft Office in Dubai. Okay. So let us see a couple of other phrasal verbs as well. call off. So whenever you come across this OFF off, it means stopping something. Okay, so that's why we say switch off the fan. Okay, turn off the radio. So call off to stop something. For example, the workers called off the strike. So the workers had been on a strike and they decided to call it off, means they decided to stop the strike. Okay. Just one more. So see 74. Look forward to. Okay. Look forward to means waiting for something, waiting for something pleasant, happy, or interesting. Okay. So look forward to is used only in positive situations, not in negative situations, right? So if you are looking forward to something, it means you are waiting for something good. Okay. So the main point here is, let me write an example sentence. I look forward to meeting you in person. Okay. So the thing that should be kept in your mind here when you write a sentence of your own with look forward to is always followed by a gerund, not a to infinitive. That is very, very, very important. See, if you write the sentence this way, I look forward to meet you in person. So this is wrong. I look forward to meeting you in person is right. Okay. So look forward to means waiting for somebody or something with enthusiasm or happiness or excitement. As such, look forward to is used only in positive contexts, not in negative contexts. So now come to the last question. Idiomatic expressions. No, not the last one. This is question number 30 through 33. Last one is question number 34. So question number 33, idiomatic expressions. Let me give you a quick revision of what you have already practiced in the classroom, right? Icing on the cake. Icing on the cake. Icing on the cake means it is some extra benefit or extra reward that you get in addition to something which you have already got. Okay, so it is like what we can rather say a bonus to something which you have already achieved. That is icing on the cake, right? So, for example, winning the man of the match award in the finals is icing on the cake for Sanju Samson. Okay, so which is the biggest benefit here? Winning the match is the biggest benefit. Winning the finals is the biggest benefit. Winning the World Cup is the biggest benefit. And the extra perk here is winning the man of the match. So what we can rather say is winning the man of the match is icing on the cake because it is a bonus or extra bonus in addition to winning the finals, right? That is what we call icing on the cake. Right? So let us have a look at one more. Chalk and cheese. Okay, so chalk and cheese are two extremely different things, right? There is no connection whatsoever between chalk and cheese. So chalk and cheese means two completely different things. Right? For example, their personalities are like chalk and cheese. Means they are completely different from each other. Okay, so that is how you are supposed to take care of this idiomatic expression session. Question number 33, right? So you have to put that idiomatic expression in a sentence. Okay, so you don't have to explain the meaning. And question number 34 is matching. So question number 34 is matching of phrasal verbs, right? So let me give you a small exercise just for the sake of recalling what you have already learned throughout the year, right? See, hand in, move up, plunge in, make up for, which we have already discussed. The options given here are submit to an authority, compensate, go straight to the topic, and be promoted. Okay, so it is not necessary that you answer each of them in the right order. Okay, first have a look at the given phrasal verbs and find out the ones which you are very much comfortable with, because this section is relatively easy because you don't have extra options, right? You have only 4 on the left hand side and 4 answers on the right hand side. For example, move up, move up, moving up. What is that? Be promoted. So, since it is probably the easiest of all, go for move up and be promoted, right? So, next one, hand in, hand in. Okay. Or we have already discussed make up for. Make up for means what? Compensate. So these two are completed. Compensate is finished. Be promoted is finished, right? So next, plunge in. Plunging means diving, right? Plunge in. So when you dive into something, you go straight into that, right? There are no shortcuts or detours as far as plunging in is concerned, right? So go straight to the topic is plunge in. So the last one is hand in, that is submit to an authority. Okay, so with that, we conclude the grammar topic, and John sir has already given you an exhaustive and elaborate explanation of how to deal with the entire question paper, right? So, as has already been discussed, our primary and the most important goal is to make sure that we answer every question in the right manner and right spirit, to make sure that we score 100 out of 100. Okay, as such, as I have already advised you, don't go for any experimentation in the examination. Stick to the basics and write something which you are more comfortable with, something which you have learnt in your classroom, rather than going for some new methods or new ways of writing the answer. Okay, so as far as experimentation is concerned, that can be encouraged when you communicate with others, and when you communicate with others verbally or in a written form. But as far as examination is concerned, don't go for any experimentation. Okay. So be careful and go through every question and try to answer the questions which you are more comfortable with. And if you have any doubt, or if you are not sure about any answer, don't go for any random answer. You can leave it and complete the remaining questions, and you can always come back and see that question and think about it and try to give the best possible answer. Okay. So with this, we will conclude today's session, and I wish all of you the very best for tomorrow's examination. Thank you very much.